Rising. Soul rising. It's about knowing. I kept hearing the word knowing. Knowing. It's a difference between knowing something, and it's a difference between believing something, right? So knowing is where we are right now. We have a knowing of what life is, what our purpose is, what our soul is, or we need to get a knowing. We need to focus on knowing what we actually know. Just a quick message. The ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It is happening for you, not to you. Life is happening for you, not to you. The ever unfolding rose. This reminds me of, I don't know if y'all can see that, but this reminds me of an onion. It reminds me of an onion. You know how you peel back and you peel back and you peel back and you peel back, and the more you peel, like the stronger the onion gets. Like the stronger the onion gets in the middle. This is an ever unfolding. So it's like your life is going to forever, shed old skin, people, places, things. All of these things are going to continuously move out of your way to help that blossom, to help the rose actually become a rose, right? Because when a rose is just beginning, it's closed, right? It's like we're in that transformative caterpillar butterfly state, okay? And you have to remember every heartbreak, every pitfall, every problem, everything that you feel like is world changing, is life changing, is a bad thing, is a very transformative thing that affects you in a different way. All of those type of things are actually the stepping stone. It's the breaking point. It is the point, because a lot of times we don't really move without pain, right? You can't know love without pain. You can't know happiness without pain. You understand what I'm saying? And when you start going through stuff, when things start to change, when your plans don't go the way that you expected them to go, or life is different from what it was supposed to be, or life just doesn't look like what you thought it was supposed to look like, we have to accept that. Like, you have to understand, like, that is one door closed, one door open. That's literally what that is. Like, your life will forever be unfolding, and life is always happening for you and not to you. It's not an attack. It's not a me against the world. It is literally a area for me to learn my lesson. And once you learn that lesson, you go on to the next phase of your life. You go on to the next phase, and you're better than the last phase. It's a continuous learning. We are forever students. It's a continuous learning, a continuous unfolding. So that's what's happening for a lot of people right now. We are being shattered and pulled away from everything that can't go to the next level. It can't go with you. It can't go with you. Now this is a deep card, okay? Trust the niggle. But look at the card, though. Look at the card, y'all. Like, whoa. It says, what is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Like, what is your feeling trying to tell you? What is your consciousness trying to tell you? This is your shadow. This is your shadow work, okay? This is that deep part that resurfaces. This is where that transformation comes from, okay? This is where that change comes from. You got to do your shadow work. You can't skip over that. And notice how everything has Releasing soul patterns, soul contracts, and past lives. Like, you're coming up out of that South Node energy. You're coming up out of that space that you've always known, that you've been comfortable with. You're coming up out of that suffering. You're releasing them demons, honey. Okay? We are learning from the past. We are moving into our soul purpose. We are changing what we are aligning ourselves with. Okay? A lot of us are addicted to suffering. You got to not be addicted to suffering. You have to accept the unfolding of your life and allow it to be a next step, and not to take you backwards. Because you can make a choice. You always have a choice. So you can allow it to break you, make you or break you, right? But dealing with the internal state has to be done first. There can be no growth until this is dealt with. Okay, so you can't skip over the shadow work. You can't skip over the hard part. You can't skip over the darkness. There is no light without the darkness. Hello? There is no